Hello. So it's me, Rachel Kaysen from Life Story Therapies, and I'm back outside in the sunshine in my garden, such as it is. It's a little yard really. But I have my bougainvillea here that I posted about last week, and a new begonia here. And this is a happy place right now. I woke up in a grump, which is why I'm posting really. I woke up in a grump because I wanted to get up early and go out for a run. Nothing bad had happened. I was tired, I slept in a bit, I got up an hour later. This didn't matter. I could still go for my run, still have a perfectly productive day. But there was this voice in my head telling me I'd failed. Wrapping this around what I wrote this week on my blog around ADHD, ADD type behaviours, experiences, time blindness is a big one. Google it, it'll change your life if you've not heard of it already. It's basically this sense that although we can tell time, we can often operate within time boundaries, more or less. Having a realistic sense of how time passes and what units of time feel like. I struggle with this. It's made mornings very difficult for me, which actually is a common experience for a lot of ADDers. Getting going in the morning, the brain feels like it's just, I liken it to trying to walk through molasses or golden syrup if you're more UK orientated. It's this slow trudge to get the brain going and to kind of engage with the day. And a lot of that for me is an immediate sense of overwhelm about how much I plan to get done in the day, how much I'm planning to achieve. And the sun's just come out and I'm barely visible now, like hugging over here. And so for me to wake up an hour later than I'd planned, my brain was going, yeah, you failed. You've let down your entire day. This is going to have this massive knock-on effect and you're just not going to be productive today. And so that very closely, very nearly tipped me into, right, I'm not going for a run then. A very childlike reaction of, I failed at winning the game, so I'm not going to play. Thankfully, I took a moment, talked it out, realised what was underneath a lot of that sense of failure and why that felt so intense for me, and I went for the run. But all day today has been a much slower, plodding kind of a day than yesterday, which brings me on to another experience that I think I'm not alone in, around having what I call high energy days and low energy days. For a lot of ADDers, a lot of ADHDers, we can have these periods of intense focus and production, and we cram loads in, and then we crash, and then the failure kicks in because, well, I could achieve it yesterday, why can't I achieve it today? And the frustration watching people around us just kind of being consistent in what they can do. And something that I worked out a few years ago was that my high energy days and my low energy days pretty much evened out, and actually I was still achieving, but it just felt off. It felt very roller coastery, and it felt like not what I'm supposed to do, which is such a trying to shoehorn the way I work into a neurotypical functioning pattern, which I am shedding layer by layer. I'd invite you to do the same. If neurotypical, what works for everybody else, there's a BuzzFeed Reddit post on how to manage your time effectively. Some of that can be really helpful, but if you're wired up differently, it can really actually add to a sense of just being wrong, being slightly wired up wonky. So I have made peace with my slightly lower energy day, and actually what that means for me in real terms is I'm doing a lot of creative thinking, planning a workbook around home, which hopefully will be ready to download within sort of a month. That's me with my time blindness again, probably a month and a half. Just a slower, less intense output, but really important stuff that has to happen too, and actually I only tend to get to when I do slow down. And tomorrow will probably be a higher energy day again, and I'm just about okay with that. And I just wanted to share that with you because I know I'm not alone in this. I used to have basically one day on, one day off in terms of energy spikes over time, and using different coping strategies, just knowing myself better. It's evening out a bit more. I might have 2 days on, 1 day off. And the off is less of a I'm not leaving the sofa and I'm just going to drink hot chocolate all day kind of a reaction of, again, if I can't win the game I won't play it. That's become a reframe into, actually I'm still in the game, I'm just focusing on a different area of energy work. So I just share that with you. Something that I think can be helpful if you're a to-do list sort of person, if you want to really grapple with what this might mean for you, if any of this resonates watching. Get a bit of paper, divide it down the middle. What are your high energy requiring tasks and what are your low energy requiring tasks? I like to do this for work related things, but also hobby related things, because there's nothing worse than thinking, yeah, I'm going to chill out and do some crafting, do some relaxing, do some leisure stuff, getting to it and realise that what you're trying to do is not matching the energy you have. Trying to sit down and do adult colouring books or meditation when I'm buzzing on a high energy, that's when I need to try and learn a new pattern. I need to do something a bit more, probably get my sewing machine out and do something a bit more big creative. And equally when I'm tired and I need a low energy leisure, I need to remember that those exist too, that I'm not just like too tired to have fun. So see if you can divvy them out, because what's going to require high energy for you is not the same as for somebody else. If you're an introvert, socializing might be a high energy task for you. If you're an extrovert, that might be a low energy thing. That might cost you nothing and give you loads. So try and frame it in terms of what you actually experience, rather than what we've maybe learned we should benefit from. And then see if you can just do some self-observing. What does your energy feel like today? Are you plodding around quite happily? Maybe just let yourself be happy plodding. You're going to achieve loads, even if it's not lots of tick box achieving. That plodding usually is all the groundwork for all of the vroom kind of high energy buzzy stuff later. And if you do a list like that, if you have found this helpful, let me know. It'd be really nice to know I'm not the only one who thinks like this. I'm pretty sure I'm not. And actually, I know I'm not. I've spoken to clients who feel the same way and who find the high energy, low energy model really helpful. But it doesn't hurt to feel connected and to feel like it makes sense to people. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, let me know. If there's something else you'd like to hear me talk about, let me know. And otherwise, enjoy whatever sun you have, whatever flowers you have, whatever quiet space you have, and take care. Bye.